Bonjour, hello, je suis à Paris and it is sunny. It is really sunny. There's a fountain over there. Maubert Metro is behind me there. When I was last here with my friend Tim Traveller, you will watch his channel, don't you? We talked about maybe riding on the least used lines on the Paris Metro, which are the unusual lines, that is the 3bis and the 7bis. So we're here today to do just that.
Yes, there are 8 stations on the 7bis. That's the green coloured line on the Metro map, which we're going to tick off, alongside what's probably my favourite Paris Metro line, the teeny 4-station 3bis, which is coloured blue on the map. And there's actually also a secret connection between the two, but more on that later.
But look, we are going to start with just the 4 stations on the 3bis. Bis, by the way, Latin meaning twice or again. So it's like what they're saying is like, yeah, it's line 3, but a little bit more of it. So let's go do more. Can you see, hang on, I think they use maybe just the one track, but here, follow my hand, follow the pointy hand, that is clearly where it went round the corner, and in the distance you can see that's the main number 3, isn't it? I'm just ramming home the point. This is absolutely where there would have been a piece of track. Greatest thing on the Paris Metro are the trains that still have the handle. I love the handle. They're getting rid of trains with handles, aren't they? They're all going to like...
They're
gradually... Oh... RATP, come on. Keep a train that's got a handle. This is going to take like 4 minutes. Are we getting out at every station? We should get out at every station.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Hang on, that's literally taken like less than 60 seconds to get to Pelleport. Pelleport or Pelleport? Do we pronounce the T on Pelleport? No T?
No T.
Okay. Think about this French style seating, is it? It's not really a bench, is it? Oh, that really hurts my stomach. I'm gonna get off the bench. Why don't you film me, Tim?
Yeah, maybe I should.
Little tiny 3-car trains. The platform's quite short. I love it. If I remember what I read from Wikipedia this morning over breakfast, Viscount Pelleport, it might have been Pierre Pelleport, was like, he's like an old French military leader. So the street above is named after him, so the station is then named after that. But Tim will nod off camera in a minute. But when we did Église d'Auteuil, it's not bad, right?
Yeah.
I've been practicing that. We did a video like that's the least used station, but the twist is that when the RATP count their passenger figures, they only do it on entrances and not exits. And what we believe happens at Église d'Auteuil is that not many people get on it because it's going in one direction only, heading out of the city, but loads of people might get there coming out of the city and getting off there. So if you include entries, thank you, and exits, out of 302 metro stations, there's new stations now, is it more than 302? But in the last round of stats, we actually believe that Pelleport was actually the least used. So this might be the true, least used Paris metro station. You've been angling the camera like that more, but Tim, no. There's steps and there's a lift. I'm worried that it's going to be like 200 steps. We might have a Covent Garden situation on our hands.
15 étages.
15 étages? It's not 15 floors. You winding me up? Tim was being funny.
15 étages.
It's not. How many stairs do you reckon there are? I'm happy to do the stairs if you want to do the lift.
Yeah.
63, 64, 66, 67, 68. It's going to be a lot, isn't it? What do you make it?
98.
In French, please.
98.
Thank you. Hang on, Tim. What we should do is just walk from Pelleport up to San Fargo. It says it's 5 minutes, and then we could go down the steps at San Fargo. Should we do that? Was that the classic?
Like
was that the classic thumbs up?
That was a classic.
I've been waiting for the Tim thumb. Thanks, mate. Yeah, we've walked up the street, which was on a gentle incline, which means I think we have gone uphill. So I think there's going to be more steps when we go down into here. Let me get this right. Rue Saint-Fargeau. Yep. It's of an exactly similar design build as Pelleport, so almost an identical building. Why are the Space Invaders on the outside? Tim?
It's a Paris thing.
It's a Paris thing. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's weird. I also make that exactly 98.
I made it 99.
It's very Pellipote, isn't it? It's extremely similar, short platforms, and in the distance, see it, say it, sort it. You can see the next station down the line because it's that close together. 2 minutes to our next train. And honestly, that was 30 seconds, wasn't it? Yeah. We made it to Port de Lille. Okay, it's definitely Paris's metro's least used line. It is the least used line. The 3bis is the least used, and the 7bis, which we do next, is the second least used. Where does the train go then? Oh, it goes around the loop. There's a loop. There is a loop, but also, you know what we're going to mention, don't you? It's very exciting. We're going to mention the mystery track and the abandoned station that never was. Paris has 2 GO stations? At least 2 GO stations.
Way more than 2.
Here's a little bit of history on Haxo.
Yes, there's actually a secret bit of disused track that links the 3bis and 7bis together, and on it a station called Axel that was never opened. Interestingly, with just a single platform with trains planned to run just in one direction only. Oh, and there's also a second set of platforms at Port de Lille which are also disused, except that is for when it's being used as a filming location.
So 3 people got off their train, 1 carriage each. We're at Port de Lille. That reminds me, there's a Port de Molitor down at line 10, near where Église d'Orthez is, and there's a GO station down there that was in service. Haxo was never in service, but we can't come here. And Tim's just saying, Jeff, you've got to mention it, otherwise YouTube comments will go crazy. But there's a set of abandoned platforms here that connected up to 7bis, and they use that as a filming location. I think the French call it the cinema station. I just call it like the movie set film station, a bit like Albridge in London. If anybody wants to come and do some filming on a French metro, they come and do it here. And Tim off camera went, wouldn't it be great if RATP saw your video, Jeff, and invited me, us, both of us, to go and visit those abandoned platforms? Tim, I'm just going to ask RATP direct. Hi, Tim Traveller would love to get an invite to the abandoned platforms to the cinema station, please, at Port de Lille. The link to his channel is in my video. You can get in touch with him, and the thumbs up. 7bis. But that's the 3bis. The 3bis?
Done.
Bis or bis?
Bis.
Bis. Merci, monsieur. To the 7bis. We are just about to take a ride on the 7bis and tick off all the stations on the Paris Metro's second least used line. I'm with Tim. Now this is the second or third time I've been out now and visited him and made a video. And when I've come before, I've always been reminded how my French is of a very basic old GCSE level. I've always stumbled a little bit, you know, buying tickets and ordering things and food and cafes, which is why on this trip I was delighted to say my French has been improved, much improved, thanks to today's sponsor, Rosetta Stone. There is a link in the description now where you can get a lifetime subscription at a discounted rate if you want to learn a brand new language from scratch, or just maybe, like, you know, have an old GCSE French level of understanding like me, brought up to scratch. And my French has been much improved, has it not, Tim? In fact, I would say, en fait, je parle beaucoup mieux français maintenant. T'es pas d'accord? Oui? That's better, right?
And I'm better because I spent the 2 hours that it took me to get to Paris on the Eurostar using the app on my phone. And right now, sat at the station, I'm going to use the feature where there's speech recognition and it won't let you advance until you get the phrase right.
La fille mange.
La fille mange.
Le garçon mange.
Le garçon mange. And it does make it fun. Things to do whilst you wait for your Paris Metro train. Use Rosetta Stone as it listens to your pronunciation. That is the 7. And there's like this single yellow plastic seat facing that way. That is the 7bis. So I'm guessing at one stage it used to like actually branch off as a junction, and now they just bring it into this bay platform and it goes off. Let's do a journey on the 8 stations around the loop. So the 7 there is just left. It's got like the nice stripy purple seats and then the green buttons to open the doors rather than the handle. Here on the 7bis line we've got the kind of, it's a kind of a salmon pink colour, still the classic noise, but a red button to operate the doors. We made it to Jarret or Jarres? Jarres. Do you want to do the thing where we see how many steps it is and we walk to the next one? Because I think, again, it's going to be quite close together. Okay, there weren't that many steps coming out of Jarres, but we've walked up a small hill in a ridiculously quick amount of time. Runners, you can easily run every single stop on the 3bis and 7bis faster than you could get the train, because when you get the train you have to go down to platform level. You'd win every time. Going round the loop, round the loop. Follow the arrows. Beauchamont, my head is covering up that, an archway across to the other line, the sort of separating wall down here, which is just about to suggest that the line is about to diverge, and so the two tracks are about to split and go in a, I want to say, is it after the next one it splits?
Yeah.
What's the next one?
It's after Botsali's.
We'll get the train to the next one, but then at Botsali's we'll then walk to then the next station after that, as the train then goes anti-clockwise around the loop. Tim has abandoned me because he knows how well I can speak French now, thanks to Rosetta Stone, our sponsor. No, he's gone to use the toilet, and I'm on the lookout for a cafe so that I can go and order teas and coffees. Outside the entrance to Botzaris, there's a Guimard entrance. I think I'm pronouncing that right. There's a purple plaque down below. These are these brilliant entrances that a lot of the Paris metro stations have. But what I do want to point out is that we're by, I'm just checking the map, yeah, we're by this park here, the Beauchamont Park, and in there, oh, Tim will kill me if I get this wrong, is it the Petit Ceinture, which was the orbital railway around Paris, had about 30 stations. I think it died back in the 1930s, but Tim has made a video all about it. There's a circular railway, a bit like the M25 around London, but in railway form, which is abandoned and disused, so please do go watch Tim's video about that. In fact, I can now see him approaching. He's been to the loo. We can walk to the... have you been? Are you good? Thank you. This Pastafette is so gorgeous. I just remembered as we walked up, I said to Tim, oh, hang on, we came here before. When I was here back in November 21, when we did the Église d'Hôtel video, we went for like a sneaky nighttime ride on the 7bis, because I said to Tim, I've never really ridden the whole of the 7bis, and so we went for a ride and we stopped at here and I got this really good photo of this gorgeous station front lit up at night with its curves and old classic metro signage. Love that a lot. Okay, this is the third one left to go out of 8, and we've got to do, what, the other two? Put the Lilas and then Danube, and we're done at Danube. Okay.
So we're going around the loop. We've come around here and we're now on this platform. But behind this wall you have the other platform, and that leads down past Axel, and then that takes you to Porte de Lila and the cinema station that we were talking about earlier.
I feel like there should be flip-up seats here. Look, where are the flip-up seats? There's the bracket, but where... No?
They're gone.
Someone's stolen the seats.
Yeah.
Well, that was remarkably quick. That was like... That felt like 20 seconds.
Something like that.
What is the shortest distance between two Paris metro stations? I feel like you should know that fact on the spot now. If you don't... That there is Mr. Tim Traveller, who's had a whole YouTube cutaway to find out on Google what the shortest distance between two Paris metro stations is, but...
Not there yet.
Not there yet. He went, not as easy to find out as it would. In the description, we'll put in what the shortest distance between two Paris metro stations is. We're at Danube. We've done the 4 on the 3bis. We've done the 8 on the 7bis. So I've ticked off 12 stations on the 2-piece lines. Paris Metro's 2 least used lines, but there's been quite a lot of passenger traffic. We've done this, by the way, sort of between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. If that means anything, I bet on a Monday morning at like 10, 11 a.m. it's even quieter. Tim, merci beaucoup.
Bah, je t'en prie,
Bonne journée.
c'était un plaisir.
Thanks to Rosetta Stone for sponsoring the video. If you want to learn French, please do check out the link in the description below. Subscribe to Mr. Tim Traveller. That is it. What? No, nothing? Nothing. We're going to stop videoing and just go off and ride trains for the rest of the evening because our tickets let us do that. Thank you very much. Press subscribe. Say bye, Tim.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.